Is it really worth it? Is it worth it? I've done nails for almost a decade. That's a really long time. I can't tell you how many nails I've done, but enough, right? I've done a lot of nails. And I've done Dazzle Dry for 2 years now, and I've just made a list of the pros and cons of what I think is good about Dazzle Dry and what I think is kind of annoying. You should stay tuned for the video because there's probably some surprising things that you wouldn't expect, especially if you don't do nails professionally. You may want to see what I have to say. One of the pros, the top pro, I guess, for most people is that it dries in 5 minutes, and I would say that's something that's really incredible. I was pretty amazed, especially with pedicures, where either you're using gel or you're waiting a long time for the toenails to dry, or people have to wear sandals out. When you put this on somebody's toenails and you wait 6 minutes, it's completely dry. They can put their shoe on. They do not need to wear sandals, which is amazing for the winter, especially if you run a business of pedicures. As far as colors go, they have an amazing selection, especially for a polish. I was surprised. They have almost every color imaginable. I would like to see more browns. I believe the last color drop that they did browns, but I don't have that one yet. Every time I make a video, I have to drink water because my voice starts cracking. Okay, so they have a really amazing color selection and it dries really quickly. There's a learning curve, but it's easy to learn. It's the one thing that you need to know is that you have to work very quickly and that the base coat needs to be heated up. You can use your Dazzle Dry, okay, you can use your polishes essentially forever. If you have the little drops, I forget what they're called, but it's a polish reviver, then you can revive your polish and your base coat over and over again and you don't have to worry about it drying out. Something that's important to me is that it's safe for most people. I have allergies to gel products and I wanted something that would be safe for people who come to me who also have gel allergies and also for myself. That's really important to me. It's not a good thing to have allergic reactions in the industry. It's a really fast service. You can literally be done in like 40 to 50 minutes and then continue on with your day, work on other people's nails. For me, that was incredible. I came from an extremely detailed section of the nail world where I did a lot of hand-painted art, and some of the work that I was doing was taking me 2 to 3 hours outside of appointment and then 3 to 4 appointments inside appointments. So these were very long appointments and I had a really amazing group of clients that were really respectful of my time, but still it's so much easier in that sense. So if you're at home, then you can save money going to the salon. I would say make sure that you understand how to put Dazzle Dry on and when to take it off, because if you don't, then you can maybe run into some troubles with some nail damage just because it is incredibly adherent to the nail plate. If you're at home, then you could save money by getting yourself a mini kit and doing your nails for quite a while. The mini kits last a pretty long time. I've even gotten a couple for my salon, but I don't use them all the time because I like a bottle with a longer stem. Like, I have very big hands, so it's not that great to have the small bottle for me. It feels like torture. But yeah, like if you're on a budget and you want nails that last, you want to do your nails for decoration and have them for maybe a week or two, then this is a really good product to have because it does not chip the same way that regular polish does in my experience, and I would definitely recommend trying out a mini kit and seeing if you like it. Another thing that's really amazing is there's no damage in the removal. The client can remove it at home or you can remove it at your home. You don't have to worry about going to a salon that you've never been to before where there might be an inexperienced person who damages your nails, or maybe your nails just like don't jive with gel very well, which I've seen before, and after the removal they just don't do very well. That can happen. I've seen it happen. So in that sense, I think it's really amazing. For me, I really like the ability to feel that my services are not as committal in that sense, because when I was working with gel, I did have a consistent regular clientele who are always coming in every 3 to 4 weeks, and I've kind of felt tied to the removal because it is such a big learning curve to remove your nails, and people build trust with you and you want to respect that trust and do what they would like you to do. So I did feel kind of like in a constant loop all the time with gel, where now I feel like I have have flexibility in providing services and being able to, I don't know, go for a vacation and not feel guilty, but that's just a me thing. Amazing for pedicures, and I would say probably the top product for pedicures. If you're a pedicure specialist, you know that not everybody's toenails are built for gel, and the gel can lead to ingrown toenails, and it can also lead to cracks and breaks when clients don't remove it in time. That is not a good thing for your feet to have happen to them. Your feet are in a lot different environment than your nails. They're not exposed to light and air, not able to dry out inside your shoe. So I would say Dazzle Dry is the #1 product for nail decoration of feet pedicures. It is amazing, and it lasts a month, so that's really cool. Cons. What are the cons? What is it? There's a few. So you guys know, disclaimer, like I don't get sent Dazzle Dry at all. I literally go get it myself in the States, and I really like this product. It definitely has pulled me through the last couple of years in nails, and I have a lot of respect for it, and I have a lot of respect for the chemist who's made it, Vivian Delente. She's very smart, and I like her moral values too. Like, I think she's cool. You see this? That's the base. So during the winter or anytime that it's cold, the base will cloud like this, and that means you can't use it on the nails, and that means it needs to be warmed up in warm water. It can't be put on like a heat vent or like a towel warmer. It needs to be put in water, otherwise it can evaporate a lot. So that's a learning curve that everyone should know. You need to heat up your base before you use it. Another con for some people is that you can't mix and match systems. Like, you can't get a Dazzle Dry color and put it with another base, and you can't put the base with another color. I would say just refrain from mixing and matching Dazzle Dry products. You won't get the same wear time and you won't get the same dry time, so essentially what is the point of buying it? Another con is some people really want this very long wear, despite like their nail plates, like if they're damaged or not, and if your nails are damaged or you just are born with, you know, loosely packed keratin layers in your nail, which is a thing. Everybody's nails are different. It's all up to genetics. Anyways, some people won't get a very long wear. Maybe they'll get 4 or 5 days instead of a week or 2 weeks. It really depends on your nail structure and the health of your nails. If you are a service provider, a nail tech, you know that clients are indoctrinated into gel and acrylic, and that's basically it. So when you tell them you should remove it in 2 weeks or remove it in a week, depending on their nail plates, they might not want to listen because they think it looks so beautiful. It doesn't happen every time, but in some cases, people's nails need that break in order to relaminate and take care of themselves. I mean, people's nails need to relaminate and repair as well as grow out the damage, or maybe they just need that break because Dazzle Dry adheres so strongly to nails that you will sometimes run into some peeling at the edges, and once that peeling starts, it's going to be very hard to stop it from happening. So with the base, you can't revive it, and I found that throughout the years, there's kind of a sweet spot in using a bottle. I'm pretty mindful of keeping the bottles closed because they can evaporate pretty quickly if you don't, because it's such a fast drying solvent-based system. Anyways, there's a sweet spot within the base that after a certain period, it does seem to adhere to the nail even more than what it used to. And in that time period, I find it important to start another bottle. So I'd probably get to about here, and then that's for me when I would stop using the base. And truthfully, like, I obviously would want to use the entire bottle, and yeah, so that's a con for me. Another con is that you have to work incredibly quick. When I first started using Dazzle Dry, I was used to taking my time, making sure that all of the gel on the nail plate was perfectly structured, and then sticking it in the light. It worked reasonably fast, but not as fast as I work with Dazzle Dry. So I got a little anxious in the beginning, like I felt like a beginner again, but that just changes with time and practice. But in the beginning, it can be kind of hard. Dazzle Dry is not available in Canada. We don't have any people who are distributing it, at least to professionals. You have to go on their site, and either you can pay for very expensive shipping or you can get a PO box and then go across the border. I like the latter option, but it can be an inconvenience if you forget and run out of one of their products. Because it is a streamlined system, you need to use every single product that they have in order and not mix and match. That can be a little bit of a deterrent, but for me, I really like good things and I'm willing to do what it takes to get the good things. Another thing is that Dazzle Dry is really thin, but they do make a middle coat called Transform, and that is sort of like the equivalent of a very thin gel overlay. And for people who have ridging or just don't want a very thin polish, that's a really good option. I'm so lucky that the people who get Dazzle Dry from me actually really don't mind that it's thin, and they really like it. They love the wear, and they love that they can remove it at home. So I don't have any issues with that, but it is an option. I prefer not to use it as a nail tech just because it adds an extra few minutes to my service, probably like six or 7 minutes. Because you have to wait 5 minutes in between from transform to dry and then put another layer of base coat. It can be a little bit of an inconvenience. I'd rather just get the service done in like 45-50 minutes. And yeah, I really like their product, guys. These are just like the honest truth of what I think of the pros and cons are for me working in the last 2 years with it. I think that it's great for somebody who wants to do it at home, or for a nail tech who wants to broaden their services or implement it in their pedicures. They don't want to put gel on people's toenails for what I stated. I think that because people really like gel, it can take some time and education to let people know about this product and how it works and why you're using it. But I feel like it's worth it if, you know, yeah, you have allergies or clients with allergies. I think it's worth it if you want an alternative to gel, but you don't know what that is and you don't want to use acrylic. And I think that's it for this video. I hope I said enough. Gonna try it now. Are you gonna purchase your first mini kit? Let me know what you think. Did I miss anything? Do you have any observations of using Dazzle Dry? Yeah. Okay, bye.